This is Reims Part 2. When you walk past the sundial in Part 1, you get to this area. This is the Saint Remi Basilica and Abbey. This now more of a church and museum than an abbey, but it was founded in the 6th century. It houses the relics of Saint Remigas, who was the bishop who baptized the Frankish king Clovis. In 496 has brought Christianity to Gaul. However, it may have been more of a political survival mechanism than a religious one. Clovis saw the coming of the Romans, and he may have just wanted to hedge his bets. At one time, this abbey was the most richly endowed abbey in France, and it was important enough for Charlemagne to entertain Pope Leo III here. In 1005, the abbot undertook to rebuild the Church of St. Remi, and for 20 years the work went on continually before vaulting collapsed, probably from insufficient buttressing at the time. There has been 1,000 years of building and rebuilding and expansion, a lot more history to this place than you can say here. Many valuable objects from the abbey were looted in the French Revolution, and the holy ampulla of the coronation of the kings of France kept in the abbey was destroyed in 1793. But the 12th century stained glass remained. The building took a horrible beating in World War I, and the rebuilding took almost 40 years. Several royal and archiepiscopal figures lie buried in the basilica, but in unidentified graves. Probably got all messed up during the explosions and the bombing during the First World War. On the other side of the Old Town area, behind the train station, is the newer section, the college section, and that's where all the students are. But also over there is the Surrender Museum. It was in Reims that the Germans surrendered to the Allies on May 7th in World War I, and it served as Eisenhower's European headquarters. There was also a second signing for the Russians. They didn't like this one. The Soviet command wanted the active military surrender with certain additions and alterations to be signed at Berlin. So to the Soviets, the documents signed at Berlin on May 8th, 1945 represent the actual official legal surrender of the Third Reich. This is the room where the signing took place in a civilized end to a very uncivilized activity. The actual documents, how formal we humans are with our wars. On a lighter note, we went to a car show. All a matter of timing, I guess.